Isn't that beautiful? It's like a garden that we're watering. But 2022, these models kept getting better. We saw in 2022 something magical happened. That text model, GPT, all of a sudden started being capable of mathematics. Who would have thought that? And they could also follow instructions more carefully. But we also had DALL-E, the image generator. It's like blew us all away. And nowadays we think like, you remember Six Finger DALL-E? Remember Six Fingers? And that was then. Video was still like growing up. Meta was kind of like making an interesting move there. And then Whisper, transcribing audio, all those note takers you have now. I'm in many calls and like I have more note takers than I have people in calls. Right? That started with Whisper. And that was 2022. And that's just a little while ago. And we didn't have that before then. What a time to be alive. Google released the world model RT1, that can start understanding the world and interact with it. Robot arms. 2023 is a big year, okay? So, in elementary school or middle school, you may have had a history class. The history of humanity. Okay, and it goes something like this, okay? Caveman, discovery of fire. And next thing you got city civilizations, the wheel, printing press, all that stuff. It goes something like this, right? The history of humanity. Caveman, fire, tool use, civilization. Yes? Okay. It goes all so fast that it may skip your attention, but in 2023, AI learned how to use tools. They went from caveman all the way to printing press in like one moment. Tool use is the revolution that enables agents. Because when I can use tools and know how to interact with others, I can start making collaboration, I can start making teams, I can start making a new level of civilization. And on that note, I'll digress from my slides for a second, but I want you all to understand that you are a superorganism. You're made of millions and millions of cells that are all collaborating. You are a superorganism. A town is a superorganism of superorganism of humans. A city is an even larger superorganism. And then you have airplanes and the internet, and the world is a superorganism as well. You see that? AI was just AI, a bunch of neurons, in its own a superorganism of neurons, right? Artificial neurons. Now, what does tool use enable AI to do? It allows that to become a superorganism as well. Agents are a superorganism. And when they join the digital workforce, when they start working, collaborating with each other and humanity, we don't just have a global civilization, we have a global super civilization. And this is the year, 2023, this is when that happened. And in March of 2023, I was with my co-founders at a board meeting, and I told them, agents or AI just figured out how to use tools. This is like humans learning how to use the wheel. We need to stop everything we're doing because this is the future. And that happened in 2023. But we had other stuff in 2023. I can't blame you for not being as excited about tool use. We had Mid-Journey. It's way more fun to make pictures of Pikachu. And we had Runway Gen 2, which was like the first credible, I can make video thing. Audio, 11 Labs. Oh my goodness, 11 Labs? I could clone my voice and call my parents and it's AI talking and they think it's me. Or that was 2023. What a year. What a year for AI. And then of course things continue to go. In 2024 we had reasoning, we had Sora. Anyone remember that Sora preview? The lady walking through the rain in the city, and yeah, they took another year to release it. But we were like, AI is capable of that. And meanwhile, audio keeps getting better, now becomes like real-time generation and so forth. 2025, where we are now. Can you notice how these trees are growing? Like, look back here. Look at this. This is just 5 years. Isn't that astounding? Our sense of time is warped. If we think it's like this and we see it like that, it's astounding. The baby's growing up, taking the first step, falling, getting back up, growing taller. Well, this year is the year where agentic orchestration is really coming to play. And SmithOS, the company I co-founded after this 2023 big revelation is there. We also have visual agents grounding, video and full scene coherence, multimodal voice agents, and RTX from Google. We have full robot simulations now. It's so cool, but world models are still lagging behind a little bit. Video models are not as strong as image models, and text models are very strong right now. But the thing is, each of these trees is growing. So this is something we need to talk about because there's a lot of news out there around AI. And you may have heard of the term AGI, Artificial General Intelligence, and there's like debate, so when is it coming, when is it coming? And then some people say, well, we're kind of already there, and other people say, well, we're about to be there, but this is how you need to see this. Each tree stands alone. Text stands by itself, image stands by itself, video stands by itself, audio stands by itself. They're not all integrated. It's not like one tree with branches. So what we do have is, and this is how I define this, how do you define intelligence and superintelligence? When it does something better than a human, I call it superintelligence. It's kind of Superman, he's stronger than a man, right? So superintelligence is when you do this. So examples of superintelligence is like a chess program that can beat the best chess player. That's super at chess, right? But like we're at a point where I think in the next few years,